So I got a new job recently. I want to say 2 months ago, and the highlight of my job was meeting all these patients, knowing how they live, what they do for a living, how they retired, what their plan to retire is. And I don't know, I like to just know all this information and how they did it and all that. I like to learn. I like to listen to people and their experiences because it's something different for me. A mí me gusta cuando, bueno, pues empecé un nuevo trabajo y a mí me gusta preguntarle a la gente cómo se retiraron, en qué trabajan y, y lo que hacen, ¿verdad? Bueno, pues en mi trabajo hablo con la gente y me dice la gente cómo se retiran y todo eso. So there was this guy, a couple people I want to talk about. It's just like to talk about because I don't want to forget these things. This is like cool to me, and hopefully like somebody else finds this interesting. But yeah, this is just like my life. And I asked this guy, he was Ecuadorian, how he retired. He said he was a building manager. He bought buildings and rented them out. I was like, oh wow, that's cool, because in the future I want to do that because I want financial freedom if it's possible. But anyways, so I asked him, oh, like, how did you retire? And he told me like he was a building manager. Le pregunté a alguien, un señor ecuatoriano, que cómo se retiró, y me dijo que él compraba apartamentos y los rentaba a la gente. And I was like, oh wow, like, how'd you do, cómo lo hiciste? He said, él dijo que pues antes las cosas eran más fácil. And he was saying that before times were much easier, things were cheaper. Right now, this is what he said, that before the people were the ones making like the way, like how much they want to spend on a building. Like, let's say a building is 700, he could say 600, and then the building manager or like the person selling it will go that low. But nowadays it's a bidding war. It's like, and it reminded me of like supply and demand, because the people basically are the ones that make it happen, right? If no one were to buy something, then it would have to go low. I mean, that's what I would think, right? But anyways, that was just food for thought. Y me dijo que pues antes las cosas eran más fácil porque antes la gente podía decir, ok, yo quiero este apartamento pero lo quiero más bajo, y el owner, él decía sí, pero ahora es como el que lo quiere tiene que pagar más, y es como un apuesto, ¿no? Y like, están pensando como la gente puede pelear por lo que quieren, ¿no? Nomás es un pensamiento, no es nada crazy. But anyways, that's just another thought. Then he was saying how he has everything. He has a wife, kids, he's retired, he has money, he's good, but he's not happy. And I said, oh wow, he said he was going to go to Peru and do ayahuasca. And I said, oh wow. But it's just crazy, like, like for some people it's never enough. And I'm like, dang, like, will it be enough for me? It was a cool talk. He was a cool dude. I was like, good luck on your journey. And for some people it's never enough, but for others it is enough. I think it'll be enough for me if I have a family and I'm retired and have money, but it's just a thought. Then I talked to this other lady, and she was from Ukraine, and she was saying that like she's from Ukraine, then moved to Russia, and I was like, oh, wow. But now she's obviously in the United States. She's a truck driver, and she was saying, well, I'm an immigrant. Like, I don't really have other things to do to make money that makes decent money. And I was like, oh, wow, like, isn't it dangerous and stuff? She was just telling me that it's very strict in Russia, and, you know, and she wouldn't move back to Russia or Ukraine, and she's just lucky to be here. And I was like, yeah, that's what's up. Like, I was gonna go political, but I'm not. But I was just like, I was really like talking to her, and I was like, that's cool. Who else did I meet? That was cool. I met this Russian lady. She was beautiful. Spoke Russian. Another Russian lady. So, bro, if you see me speaking Russian, I think that's what you say. Yeah. Don't be surprised. Pero conocí mucha gente que me dijeron que cómo se retiraron y como nada es suficiente, tienen dinero, familia, están retirados y no son felices. Entonces van a hacer ayahuasca para que, no sé, prendan su mente. Y luego, and then I met this other guy. He was from Austria. Yes. No, Assyria. He was from Assyria. And he was like, well, basically, I was like, oh, what do you do for a living? He was like, oh, I'm a building manager. And I was like, oh, that's cool. You know, he said, yeah, well, I'm basically retired. I'm helping my son build 4 houses. I said, wow, 4 houses. I'm just like, that's a lot of money. And then I was like, oh, it's pretty hard, right? And he was like, yeah, but yeah, things were different before. And he's like, well, I'm helping my son now. And I was like, oh, like, is it hard for you to find people to work for you? And he was like, yeah, it's really hard. It's really hard to find workers now, and like, especially with concrete, because I supported them all. He was like, there used to be a lot of companies. Now there's only one that I work for. And I was like, wow. Like, people just want to work, bro. I'm sorry. It's my opinion, but I just can't. Like, how do we go backwards in time? I hate it. Because people just want to work. Like, they want to support their family. It's just, it makes me so mad. Politics make me so mad. But anyways, then I met this other dude, and he was telling me how he has his own business. He graduated college, he finished university and everything. He said, I decided I don't want to work a 9 to 5. And he knew how to swim, and he would like have swimming classes. So now he has like coaches and like people working for him. Like, he basically has his own like business for like swimming, teaching people how to swim, which is so cool. Like, that's cool. And I was like, oh, is it hard to find employees? And he's like, yeah, a lot of people don't want to work. I was like, yeah, I know. Like, he's like, yeah, but in every job, like, it's hard to find people. I was like, yeah, that's true. I mean, especially if you want to have your own business, see, nothing is easy. So I guess it depends on what you want to work for and what you want to do. Estaba hablando con la gente y le estaba preguntando que what, sometimes I get lost in my words, in my train of thought. Perdón. Le pregunté a la gente, a un señor que qué hizo, y dijo que graduó, no quería trabajar un 9 a 5, así lo decimos en Estados Unidos, porque aquí es puro trabajar. Pero hizo su propio negocio de clases de nadar. Y digo, wow, está bien eso. Y es que es difícil que buscar a la gente que quiere trabajar. Pero en todos lugares dije, pues no, no hay gente que quiera trabajar. A mí lo quiere todo fácil, ¿verdad? Y qué más. Yeah. And I'm just so excited to be a hygienist. I want to help people. And after that, it's not over. Like, I just want to continue to grow because I know with dental hygiene, it will not be my last step. Like, that's not all I want to do. I want to do so much in life. Like, I'm capable of so much, you know. Sad to say, like, what's going on right now in the United States sucks. In my opinion, it sucks, whatever. But you know, I am lucky I'm born here because I have opportunities, and I'm gonna take everything for granted. Like, I want to learn the law. What's going on right now is unfair for people. People are humans. Immigrants are humans. It just makes me so mad. But you know, I gotta, you know, morals are very important. Morals and principles are very important. That's very important to me. Always has been. And you know, I try to follow that shit, because if not, girl, boy, you lost. But yeah, this was just something to think about, and I hope I can see this in a couple years and be like, oh wow, you know, see myself grow. And that's the purpose of me making these videos, because every day you're growing, every day you have new experiences, and I love to see myself grow. And you know, I don't know, like, who knows if I might pass away or anything. Like, my loved one can see these videos, and like, you know, I don't know, learn from it, you know, hear my voice, listen to me speak, because Lord only knows that I wish I could talk to my dad. Like, he passed away. I hate bringing it up. I don't like to bring it up because it's nobody's business. But you know what I'm saying? Like, he was big on recording stuff and making memories, and maybe that's why I'm like this. Maybe that's why I record things and want to make memories, take pictures. It means so much to me, because at the end of the day, death is inevitable. And you know, I try not to take things personal. I try to live my life, and sometimes it is hard, but you got to keep moving forward, because I mean, what else are you gonna do? But yes, that's my thought for now. I think that's it. What else? Did I meet any other people? I met so many people. I love talking to people. Like, I met so many people. I met doctors, lawyers, and it's just relatable. And we just talk about how the economy is like crazy. I met finance people. I love it. I love meeting people. And oh, there was this other story. This lady was a teacher, and she changed careers. Two ladies. This lady was like, first, this lady was a teacher, and she was like, I put in my 15 years, this is training, and you know, I want to do something with that's less fulfilling and more money. So she's going to go into finance, and her man is going to support her. And I was like, that's beautiful. You know, to find a man that supports you in your goals is so beautiful. I think it's nice. It's like partnership. Like, you know, you got me, I got you. And I feel like that's how it should be. But whatever. And there's this other lady. I really liked her story. She was a finance lady, and she was like, you know what? I'm not doing this. I think she told me she got pregnant, and she was like, no, I want to be a nurse. So, bro, I think she told me like 40 or 30 something that she stopped her finance job and went to school for nursing. I was like, wow, that is beautiful. And she's like, you know, I always tell people it's never too late to change careers or anything. And I was like, that's some beautiful shit right there, because it is never too late. I feel like, yeah, like people shouldn't stop growing. Well, teach your own. People don't want to grow, whatever, but I do. And we were just talking about, I was like, yeah, because when I'm done with hygiene, I know that money that I'm gonna make from there, it's gonna help me build off what I really want to do, my dreams. And one of my dreams is traveling. But I mean, we'll see. There's so much to do in this life, and we only have one life, so why not make it the best life you can have? Okay, I'm done ranting. Thank you.